Hi everyone, I'm Lika, sports leader.
Hi everyone, I'm Clive, sports leader. Today we are going to perform a skit for you.
Hey, what's going on, Clive? You look worried.
Hi Lika, thanks for asking. I've just been feeling really stressed from my schoolwork, after school competition, and there is just something going on at home. I feel that I'm under so much pressure.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Is there anything that
I really wish we could go to a place that there is no pressure and we do not have to worry about a thing or two over anything. A perfect place, like paradise.
You know what? Actually, this reminds me of the experiment which was held in the year 1968 by Dr. John Calhoun. He got his PhD from Northwestern University, and he did create a perfect world, like what you just described, where everything was perfect. How about let me share the story with you and see if we can change your opinion towards stress?
Yes, please. I could really use some help right now.
Okay, so here's the full story. What Dr. John Calhoun did was actually a social experiment, which involved mice. And this experiment was called Universe25. So in 1968, Dr. Calhoun built a metal house. He equipped it with water dispensers, tunnels, food bins, and nesting boxes, which were big enough for almost 4,000 mice. He provided all the food and water the mice needed, and he ensured that no predator could gain access to this wonderful and perfect paradise. On top of that, the room temperature was set to a comfortable degree for the mice. Then he put 4 female and 4 male healthy mice inside. And just like that, Dr. Calhoun created his Universe25, a mice utopia. So could you guess what happened to the population growth of the mice?
This is too easy. Since everything is so perfect, the population of the mice surely will keep growing. It will grow and grow until... Just now you said how many mice the nesting boxes could hold?
Almost 4,000.
Okay, then I'll say it will grow all the way to about 4,000. Then it will reach its maximum and sustain there. There, all the mice will live happily ever after. Am I right?
Well, you only got the first part correct. At first, the experiment did go as what you said. Everything went smoothly, and on day 104, the first baby mouse was born. From there, the population grew rapidly, but the population didn't go as high as 4,000 mice. Instead, it only reached about 2,200, which is about half of the maximum. And that was day 560. From there, the population suddenly started to decrease. And on day 920, it marked the date of the last born baby mouse. Then the population continued decreasing all the way down to only 27. On day 1588, Dr. Calhoun ended this very experiment because there will be no more newborn. The mice colony was basically doomed, and it was only a matter of time before this mice utopia came to an end.
What? I don't understand. I remember the house had a nesting space for almost 4,000 mice. How come the pig population was only at 2,200? And there was enough food, water, but no disease or threat. Isn't it a perfect world for the mice? They should thrive and live a happy life forever. How could they just perish like that?
Well, I know it will be pretty difficult to understand, but that perfect world was exactly the reason which ended the mice colony.
That doesn't even make sense. It was a perfect world.
Puzzling, right? So let me help you understand. But let me ask you this first. For those mice, what are the things that the outside world has, but the perfect world doesn't have?
Isn't that obvious? Outside world has all the bad things. When living outside, the mice must search very hard for food. They must also protect themselves and their children from their enemies, such as eagles, owls, and snakes. They must also even watch out for our cars and scooters. They must also look for a nesting place to rest and reproduce and defend their territory, or else others will take it. They have so many challenges, difficulties, and threats They're living in a stressing world out there.
Exactly. But just because of those obstacles, the mice must work very hard to fight for themselves, to protect their families, and to provide for their children. They had responsibilities and reasons, and those stresses were the things that motivated them to thrive. But in that mice utopia, the pressure was not there because everything was provided. So yes, the mice had all the things they needed to survive, but at the same time, they have also lost all the reasons they need to thrive.
Are you saying if there is no challenge or pressure, we may also lose our will to fight for improvement?
Yes, because pressure and stress may give us a headache every now and then, but it will also give us the motivation to work and grow. In that experiment, when those mice started to worry about nothing, their behaviors also started to change. And Dr. Calhoun called it behavioral sync. For the males, some began to spend a lot of the time grooming themselves. And Dr. Calhoun called them the beautifuls. They showed no desire except to have a passive lifestyle. They kept grooming themselves over and over again, acting like the upper class and avoiding social functions. Not only did the males experience behavioral change, but the females too. How, you may ask? Well, the females started to chase away and abandon their own babies. Some mother mice even had the guts to kill their own offspring.
Wow, now I know why we are repeatedly told to get out of our comfort zone. It seems that stress really can provide a propelling force to push us forward. I never looked at stress this way before.
I'm glad that you do now. And if you want to know more details, you can look it up online. Just search for Universe25, a mice utopia. It was a very famous experiment.
Definitely, thank you. You really gave me a chance to see pressure from a different angle. And come to think of it, we've been trying to eradicate rats for hundreds of years. We invented rat baits, rat traps, and even rat poison. But after tens of decades, these tough little guys are still around us. Never thought they would go extinct just because the world became perfect for them.
You're absolutely right. Now, my dear friends, pressure could become a part of the engine of our motivation, the thing that keeps us moving forward. But if we look at it in the wrong way, we will end up a passive spirit with a self-troubling mentality.
Dear fellow schoolmates, let's perceive pressure from a different way, a positive way, and transform it into driving force which makes us better and stronger, physically and mentally.
If you have any comments about our presentation or have any sports or health related question, please do email us at sportsleaders@clementiprimary.edu.sg.
Thank you and see you at work.